It's largely accepted that around 66 million years ago, a space rock larger than Mount Everest smashed into what is today the coast of Mexico, setting off a cascade of catastrophes that ultimately killed 3/4 of life on Earth, most famously the non-avian dinosaurs. But precisely how did the impact lead to an apocalypse? The finer details of how this all unfolded are still up for debate. Now, scientists have cracked open a geological black box that suggests the asteroid impact created a plume of fine dust that blocked sunlight, cooled the Earth, shut down photosynthesis, and destroyed the food chain. This idea, originally proposed in 1980, was somewhat discarded in the early 2000s. At that time, rock samples from the Cretaceous-Paleogene period didn't seem to contain enough fine dust to plunge the world into a global winter. But there was a catch. Those previous studies were based on just 1 centimeter thick layers of sediment, hardly enough to get a complete picture. Now, enter a new study that decided to dig deeper, literally. Scientists analyzed 40 samples of sediment taken from a 1.3 meter deep deposit in Tanis, North Dakota. This site, despite being 3,000 kilometers, about 1,900 miles north of the Chicxulub asteroid crater, provided a unique snapshot of how the plumes of dust, soot, and particles spread in the years following the impact. The key to this discovery lies in differentiating between various particle sizes. Larger particles scatter light at different angles than finer particles. Using laser technology, researchers were able to determine how much of each sample was made up of fine silicate dust in the 0.8 to 8 micrometer range. And what they found was a revelation: a much larger contribution of the fine dust than previously appreciated. The fine dust, created when the asteroid struck and pulverized the Earth's surface, was the real game changer. Computer modeling revealed that this fine dust was the most lethal of all the particles released during the impact. It created a global darkness that lasted almost 2 years, making it impossible for plants to photosynthesize. But that's not all. This global darkness led to a cascading chain of disasters. The Chicxulub asteroid impact unleashed a mega tsunami that reached an astonishing 1.5 kilometers in height, hitting every continent on Earth. The seismic activity it triggered was 50,000 times more powerful than the 2004 Sumatra earthquake. Moreover, the intense heat from the impact sparked massive wildfires, sending vast amounts of soot and ash into the sky. All of this chaos played out over a long timescale, posing severe challenges for both terrestrial and marine habitats. The fine dust remained suspended in the air for up to 15 years, causing a dramatic 15 degrees Celsius drop in global temperatures and an astonishing photosynthetic shutdown for almost 2 years post-impact by blocking light. Now, let's imagine the consequences of such an extended darkness. Without sunlight, plants couldn't perform photosynthesis, and that meant the entire food chain collapsed. The top predator, like Tyrannosaurus rex, hunted prey that depended on plants. Those that couldn't adapt to the dark and cold environment faced extinction. Those animals and plants that were not adapted or could not adapt to live in the dark and cold would have met their demise. Flora and fauna with flexible diets, habitats, and lifestyles would have had a greater chance of survival. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more journeys through Earth's extraordinary history.